Premo atu ya mamunyina hama makwa ba diba UTV subra so sense ma do ayesaka ya boabo no ya de besomo asedane ko e de ama this way chocolate drink e Ghana koko ne de aye pa ede aya na wanombi your best point saving saloons and best assurance special eyes natural mineral water ne drinks a odo ne kan wo bi ne amobo michidom and samuno edoso de dimo akotini ebi ene se ya bonru a echiremu ese omampanyi abegeche ru abawomia wabua mempuntu aba ewo gonja asase so atwafata se ye bona baso osoafo hwe sikasem so ade atudwa se sikasem no ejina tete akwantempo hye ya wodo so ekoye pa na enema befa ne ntuma pa efra African Media Convention jumedie no ahyase won kraya empenifo akasa ade afa ho na eba ECOWAS hye no akasa hodo na efifra bibimam ye ECOWAS ba no afutu akose emra no aya yenhwe na enye adwuma ensamno ebi eka wodo hwere baako entem ya Heroes Clothing ashamata de Rolex Blocks for yemiti amamye kwia ejewa akode maje penie me babe somo afa ensamno enchiremu eni Oswafa wohwe ema enkodane omanfo yedie so wode atodwa achiremu se eba wona yede omofa kuntuna ase konkrofo amasuko ye nkrutu djuma wona yetimi agi wo momo mbetena fie no eye wo ha eye apem ene aduowotwe eno ye 1080 a we se ni panyinipa wono na okọ trafficking secretariat eno asoye hwe ema enkoda ni omanfo yedie so woda no na de atodwa
At 2023, in terms of total rescues, Ghana no, 1,080. And then compared to 2022, they rescue 849. So as I wish away, I acquire Nimkakra in terms of total rescues. And a prosecution for trafficking, 22. But offer to say Charlie back when other related offense at the can why starting as trafficking then also no ye bear 22 can in a woman can cover 42 human trafficking near brony friend no our gendered dynamics stress nipa no su and netebia to me share the type of trafficking ekoso obi be dada so ye do ko Dubai, yedo ko Azerbaijan, yedo ko Iraq. Baby wo hokra ka cho se yedo ko Europe baby a wunni. Bisem se wonye sure a. Yankola na so awofo bom ho ba. Se ne be ya nkoton wo ba na mfa wo ba mo bi mo nye na yakayaka de. And as won exploit no e ba sa e ha adwen.
We have developed strong partnerships with the government institution in the fight against human trafficking. Around four main areas. The area of the institutional strengthening, so strengthening the institutions to become the owner of the policies, the strategies and the actions in order to fight against the human trafficking. Another area is the area of the protection of the victims. So the European Union supported not only the establishment of the anti-human trafficking secretariat within the ministry, but also supported the setting up of two centers, two shelters, to support and welcome and provide protection to the victims of human trafficking.
The project is focused on four components, namely institutional, operational and preventive action consolidation, law enforcement, victim protection, and regional cooperation. Through these four components, the project aims to strengthen the capacity of the institutional system and mechanisms to combat trafficking in persons in the different countries, and in our case, Ghana. The fourth component of regional cooperation aims to boost cross-border cooperation and implement cooperation measures in accordance with existing bilateral and regional agreements in partners with ECOWAS.
Essential for ewo ebibrem wase no eba behiem ewo oman Ghana no mato ne dini se African Media Convention wey enetoso miensa na penyina wono na Ghana essential for nkamuko wada no owura Albert Kwabradwonfo akasa de atodwa se dwumadie no eyekrabehwe ede na emwa befiri mu abanti wono mo ba no wada mo ase
Africa Media Convention Jumedia ekoso ewo Ghana enkran ha no eye Jumedie sonko a ebeboa ama mpanyimfo wa bibremu na nsentro adwuma esi won tse so no adwendwen bambo ekwampa obefa so adada won Jumedie ni esensentrofo afei yempatamu ekwan a yebetumi agina ye naso na ebredane a yeso yadane ye ho bie no eno enti na mpanyimfo di Jumedie ahyehye so wochiremu adwumedie efiti ase afi 2021 mpanyimfo nya adwense otusa anamo atesa diedi ekan no ochiremu a Tanzania afi mpimienu na aduonu na wonom ekoko die ewi achie no Ghana ene wo mahunu se fe toso miensa ha na ye deba eba bedi no efiti ase enne me ebosumi da etoso edunum nyame ya adom afiada me ebosumi da etoso edu enso ene omdi dwumadie ebeba ewiye na ene da edikan no GJ President Rua Albert Kwabena Jomfo the more peerful and some edema African Media Convention empanyumfo ye hihye dwumadie no wodi bepie mu e wo Ghana
ene eye eda metimi akase edanso because say at the kese obonika se me friend say the biggest thing that ever happening to the Ghanaian media and AC and no if you are part of the media society, if they are part of the Inky fraternity in Ghana, Busumana is a Anwawa, na is a Eniji, na is a friend saying Asema Yasempa. It's answer Oshe Ebibimamuna, some Trojumeku, Equekua. Wakasa efa nsɛmtwerɛfoɔ efa hudie ene wo yekan komu enina ne yaba behyiemu ewo aha ye friends Accra Ghana ha na ohwɛ yekan ne sana na yekan sɛ the largest gathering, the biggest gathering of the media in Ghana na eno na ama ede ahowo obi beka sɛ boni ye friends profuka sɛ mu no foreign partners, international partners ahodo bebre enso aba beka nsa omu nyina no ye host omu enye ade a sa adwuma etaiti enye ade a yeta hu no ewo yen mamu ha but isanse Ghana nkasa no yedi adwuma akokan yedi adwuma edu mra bi a obi bie hu Ghana sɛ Ghana ba bedane ekura you can say the host of many international gathering and until enye ye wanwa and enye surprise say dwumadi kesi nso aba bisi na so ohwe ebibrem mantemu a eye West Africa hana eye Ghana ne ekura edikan a ye host to dwumadi kesi pa etisi ye yi ebibimam na eye West Africa countries na yana ja dwumadi aba bisi na so the third African Media Convention dwumadi ye de hihye so ewo bibemu ano de to so ne bombo so miensa ni na miensa no na ye aba na so na wohwe se de empenifoɔ ne awo eba na kana yakoye se ye de ya esi na so ene be kese a ewom ebe de edimu paayi enunti yesi boye na aba so ejuma den na kom ifa ye ndaye enunti ayi ni na omo bae omani age omo ho keka no kra kire se omani aso kwan a ye de omo ye den ye de omo fa so eni bibia fe so ye di kan so ahye surprises a ye ya omo ebi ni tour of the beautiful city a ye ni omo ba beko we are also thinking of going to James Fort say kwan bema ni aba bewie e Kwame Nkrumah Mausoleum.
Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam wono na ye oswafo hwe oman sikasem so enei wodi atodwa akiremu ese sikasem tutuye no ekoye niema siye na yehwe inflation niema bo no abosumi de no ababegina fa akwa bi krompo so wate enti eye
Jumadie sunku bia pomudi atena ye de hihye so health sector no submit 2024 Jumadie ase no na Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam okokasa ewase ne kasem na wo chirimu se abane ne penifo ni abreye no betum bia de abo ma Ghana sika honsem no afa ne ntoma pa edi afira wo chirimu so hwe afem pennu ne dunum yesi atwemu a na nka penifo hwe ne mu sika honsem ne benyini akọ 1.5% na so afene koguye no na ye twemu hokrompo bawura 2.9% di adanse se abane ne penifo omosom Ghana afenso hwe ne mabo ne wo so papa wo ha mu chichemu aduonum 954%, empenfo bom ho mode so tihu ebegina 25%, empenfo hwe ne mu se hwie bi afin beko na wiye no na eso asati bi makokogina ha mu chichemu adunum 15%, na wo hwe ne mu se hwie bi o my Ghana 2027 die na ne mabo ehuru kosoro kwankwam no atiaba form abegina single digit.
The economy is rebounding strongly, and I can tell you as manager of the economy that our recovery is really strong. We face serious challenges, but the future is looking brighter and brighter. As a result of the policies we've implemented, economic growth has become more robust than ever anticipated. Projected to grow at 1.5% last year, we grew at 2.9%. The signs of growth we are seeing from the data also shows that this year will even be better in terms of economic growth. And so when I say the recovery is strong, I mean it. Inflation has also been on decline. From a peak of 54% at the end of 2022, 12 months later, it came down to 25%. Inflation halved in 12 months. And we are working to ensure that by the end of this year, inflation reaches 15%. And by the end of 2027, inflation comes to a single digit. The single digit that we had before COVID struck our country and the rest of the world.
Ghana is due to transition out of Gavi by 2030. It is estimated that government funding for vaccines would have to move from 49% to about 66%. It is worth noting that about 15% of the cost of delivering vaccines to the population is inherently met by the government through the payment for integrated service provision for vaccine services by personnel of the Ghana Health Service. In response to these conditions, the Ministry of Health has developed a roadmap to ensure that Ghana gradually and progressively shifts from donor financing to domestically self-financing immunization in this country.
Onwenya for da kwa Newman wano ne yabo ne di se bibia koye manoa wamra meye osoafo behwe ma enkodane omafo yedi so wode afutuo ama ahofo se ye ma ye hu hia ye pa eno nti aya ye nti ye ni enhwe wo ho ban emfamfi ewiemu sakra ye bone ho.
Yenya enim say climate change abeye adea yenyina yerehwe ho wo hwe weather na nansen weather na sesa wo ho a yinsu no the weather need to miss sesa it cause floods in other countries. Climate change, you know, it cause as I said excessive heat. Mosha last month no na weather no asesa pa eniema bebre wo ho a yeso it's added to start climate change. Yes, you try a lot of trees. You set up a lot of factories. You name say smoke na. If factories neba ana kasa you see a che usha smoke wisuwa if mudoso. Ninyana it adds to climate change. Inti you name say at the family level no even even wastage of electricity. Say obeko ubeja light is so the government is generating it and they say you waste it. There are lots of ways ebia intina obehu say obeka say government no den share to her say if car be when you say for more than 10 years ma won fam Ghana ana fridges are ache ma won fam Ghana ebia e pull a lot of energy intiniema bebre wo ho at the family level la yebetumi aye. In addition, your name say I a torrenchem to Misia in the support of the family.
There is increasing recognition of the impact of global heating on West African countries, including Ghana. For example, steady rises in average temperatures are affecting agricultural production, including crop growth patterns, with negative impacts on especially vulnerable families, such as reduced food security and increased costs of living. Ghana also faces numerous and more frequently occurring climate-related crises, including regular and severe flooding that affects many of the most vulnerable households in northern Ghana, as well as more recent flooding across Volta, Eastern and Greater Accra regions. And these events have exacerbated child protection concerns, including higher risks of displacement, family separation, lack of privacy and safety, and psychosocial distress. The experience clearly shows the disproportionate impact of climate hazards on girls, especially adolescent girls, such as their increased vulnerability to gender-based violence or child marriage.
Gradually, crime committed against children or abuses against children are more or less coming from the family system, in the sense that from January up to date, we have received about 111 cases of sexual abuse, and out of that, 76% of it are sexual abuse cases that happen within the family system. It's either it happens with an uncle or even biological parent of these children, and they find it very difficult to talk about it. So as much as we acknowledge the importance of the family, I think that the family should also be strong enough to avoid issues of this nature, so that the family system do not become unconducive environment for our children. No matter what we need to do, or no matter what, we have to be strong to ensure that whatever we do goes to develop the child.
Enkoda omo class 2 P2 anaso mo ginagina pemienu ewe school sahodo mu no enhwemu ekyerese ha mu nchemu aduasan wotwe 38% no omutimi twiro ekenkan na saa hwehwemu no ehyase 2017 kopim 2014 osoafo abede echi ohwe enhumasua so eye Reverend John Ntimfodwo na de saa ensemwe etudwa.
Ora John Ntimfodwo and Wesuafo be de church enhumasua ensem so Deputy Minister of Education was otu mmirenu akyeresi ni nyina ne se NDC for empens wo ma ammo number wa memu nsemu wo se o ma bon wa mo ma bon de woni ho no mu de ni nyina ne se amemu bon nse bon nko no mu de bu akwan mu enti wo kọ na enhumasua FM a na okọ class 2 a enkwada wo no mu ehua de wo ho no mu no adesuafo no wo se emu kakre be so ha mu nchemu mienu pe e na no wo mu etimeken kan na nkanto so wo atro na so wo MPP fo ebaaye no wo mo abomodin de shepa gu akwan mu ma say class 2 wo no mo no efri 2017 de ba 2024 no ene enkwada be so hamu nchemu be buro aduasan wotwe over 38% ene sisi an wo mutimi ekenkan wo mo asan so atro aka ho wo se kire say aya na eye nwanwa na kire say yi wo mo dampo eburo so
Ghana had the learning poverty enye 90%. Esanse enkra be ye enum anase nsia a edi enfie dubia etumi ekenkan book bia wo de be ma no na eno ekyerese enhumasua akonanim kane no na the year 2015 wo call class 2 bia na se wo test wo mo a enipa 2% pe enetumi ekenkan nanso enei over 38% ena wo P2 a wo mtumi kenkan ya pese epejam enso akonanim ni nyina danchan a enam omampani investment of the ewura enhumasua mu nti no ze TVET ana kane no yese wo mo abon sabe wo mo a omutiri nya no wo mo eko TVET no asesa for the past 7 years wo hwe nipa domo a ebowura TVET mu esanse aban aye ne free esanse ye de mfidie ahodo abrochire ne abafu mfidie ene ye de ewura over 150 TVET institutions mu a ene se electricals na opaye se auto mechanics na opaye se masonry na opaye carpentry ena opaye fashion ena opaye de opeso ye bia no ye wo abafu mfidie e wo various TVET institutions a anu ntino ama ye attracted the best and brightest.
Let this 10th anniversary serve as a springboard, propelling us towards a future brimming with possibilities. Together, fueled by the spirit of collaboration and shared vision, we can create an environment where every child has the opportunity to learn, grow, and reach their full potential. As Kofi Annan so powerfully stated, education is a human right with immense power to transform.
Na ECOWAS brand card insurance scheme no penyiri kwanche for down Lorua Henry Bukari enene wakasade atodwache mu se kasa ahudro na efifiri ECOWAS aman ahudro mu eba ECOWAS nkrotu ahudro mu no aya na emre wo ho no yiri mu dodo ye mamra no mu na emwa mabambo enkoso.
There's no gainsaying that the ECOWAS brand card insurance scheme has made significant strides in providing seamless insurance coverage and facilitating cross-border movement within our region. This would not have been possible without the cooperation and support of our member bureaus. Each of you has played a crucial and critical role in upholding the integrity and reliability of our scheme, ensuring that it serves as a beacon of security for all who travel within our community. Today, as we review our technical tests and documents, that is the Harmonized Convention for Motor Victim Compensation, our bilateral interbureau agreement, and the arbitration guide, let us remember the importance of these documents in shaping the future of our scheme. These documents form the very foundation upon which our scheme rests. Our discussions and deliberations are important in ensuring that we maintain the highest standards of fairness, transparency, and cooperation. I urge each of you to invest in this process, not only for your personal and national interest, but also for the collective good of our entire scheme. I encourage you to contribute to the discussions so that together we can come out with texts that are responsive to our current needs and time and meet the changing needs of our people. By working together and sharing our insights, we can create a more robust and responsive framework for the practical operationalization of our scheme. This benefits not only our respective countries, but also the people who rely on our scheme for protection and peace of mind.
Les réunions de zone s'inscrivent dans le cadre et constituent des opportunités d'échange et de concertation, permettant ainsi d'évaluer le fonctionnement du système et de faire le point sur les difficultés rencontrées par le Bureau national dans les relations interbureaux. La réunion de Conakry permettra, entre autres, de faire la revue des textes techniques du système d'assurance carte brune CEDEAO. Pour assurer un bon fonctionnement adéquat du système d'assurance carte brune CEDEAO, il est nécessaire de procéder à l'harmonisation des législations des États membres, notamment les procédures et pratiques en matière d'indemnisation.
Na yagbonwura a odukroya nso na savana mantam no ye nananum ayinfunka bomuku no omudwom tireni na wakasa kire mu se eye omampenya bedi echi MPP amayukunu franka krani wabomodin pa nwenta so ni nsiyo honhoma wode aboa hwebra yete mantam ni puntiu no etwa fatase ye bona baso ye manemo eneyo wata na chi ebra okope omampenya benwa.
Your Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, you are one of the illustrious sons of the Gonja Kingdom. You have paid your dues, and I believe the relationship that existed between you and the kingdom will further be enhanced. You played your part in the development of the kingdom. You are my son, and consider yourself as a son of Gonja land. May your dreams be fulfilled. As a result of the creation of the Savannah region, we gave birth to the inauguration of the Savannah Regional House of Chiefs. This national assignment was carried out by my son, the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Indeed, it is paramount among others that Savannah Regional House of Chiefs is still holding meetings in rented or borrowed premises. Your Excellency, the construction of a house is key to the development of the chieftaincy institutions in the region. The house therefore craves your indulgence for your swift action on site.
And I'm happy to say that for the Savannah region, so far in the last 7 years, we have completed 378 projects. 378 projects, with 137 projects that are ongoing. We have a lot to do, but I know that you have, Jira, a very big interest in the Damango water supply. And I want to give you the good news that the work for an alternative system for the Damango water supply has started by the Ghana Water Company. And your own son, Dr. Clifford Brimer, is leading that work through the Ghana Water Company Limited, and they have started the work to bring water to Damango. And that is going to...
Na gender-based violence unit no awards United Nations Population Fund no penyina wadai no Pfizer Bawa ene wakasa edi atudwa achechi mu se enkoda ye hye omomo mokwa aware Ghana ye pese ye bre ano asene osuro ye ntimi enu ofise ye ma enkora dodo no ekọ aware mu debi mu enyemo a enam so ma aware hye enkora bremu no eye adwuma pa.
United Nations Population Fund mpenifo ene Ghana ban edwumadie surunkumi ahyehyɛ so ewo magane mu ani so adi hunu ni so behwe hunu se mmofra ye do mama aware no ebetumi atusu sa ewo my Ghana emu na mpenifo gina so etonsa de frɛ oku ahodo Social Welfare Department of Gender Ghana Health Service dofsu ena oku ahodo owura ba wakasa yem na wotirim se sani so adi hunu ebetumi abamu ahu behia se oku we nyina no won so do won hu ehyemu bi na wotirim se mensi ne baako edu baako ena dwumadie obenya so emfa so
hadwe o hwe child marriage na yewo 21% ena yaba 19% enti aba form but a form na aba no say yehu ejuma ka ho because the rate at which I aba form no enye sa na epa no ye pese aba form kra o hwe ye target by 2030 a bebi a ye nami se anya hwe amfa ho a yendru ho enti say obroni ka say accelerate action so that child marriage na beba from kura but idea ha dream wo child marriage or Ghana mu pa ne say ye Ghana ye child marriage no idea e wa se pa na ye improve anyensen boyfriend adolescent pregnancy Ghana ye child marriage no pi no abofan fa yinsen a either na ofube se onkotena obemba no ho ana ono abetu akotena obemba no ho en na ma ye child marriage no numbers no wosoro enti se timi hihye niam aye na adolescent pregnancy no ba forma then ye child marriage no be ba form
apoema ntemuso afo no monyamfo set Kwame Champon openyine de nanim onyam kopie mu dwumadi ya sibia openyine nso EDBP so
selection of the districts was based on the indicators of the UNFPA's mandate areas, including maternal health, family planning, youth development, and gender-based violence and harmful practices, which were very low in the selected districts. It is against this background that I urge the beneficiary districts to take advantage of this program to improve upon their performance with regards to the above indicators. In this respect, I expect the districts to prioritize projects and activities under this program and make additional budgetary provisions from their own sources of revenue to support the implementation of the interventions.
Rame Visupokuya, Aban Raba, Ewasu Jamai, Open Kasabi or Dituja, Sensi Yen Susuya, United Nations Population Fund, Ediabumno, Ebebuan Kulamaya Papa, Ewa Maganemo.
Prevent child marriage in the Sojaman district some time ago, and then today we invited for the FA program, say, Yembeshe, Senia, Ebe prevent child mortality, Senebia, Aufbia Bewu. Afanaba Albertanas and adolescent reproductive cells and a your mama you are so betting a bomb who by sexual transmitted disease Ninsaya and Fasobia and Baumavro and also Yemel Bruno and a Bechamel Bruno.
On Monya for Katie Hammond, Rashibi Jenny, on Ukrainian so ene yesoafo hwe adwadie ne mfidi dwuma so na ene wode atodwa se wonno moye cement ewo omaiga na mu ase no ebo no mode atoto so anase ebontumu no aba no enimanimu ye omu nyimfiri so efrise woni omasi nkunwa amomu nyinada adwen akobenkrom se cement bo no ebegina faako ewo baabia se enkran eye 80 cities ekumasi 80 cities baabia saa na ama entiase aye adwuma tsani a fango ho ebo no ejina pepepe no wochema no wose se yehwe emra efa cement ye ehwo no a eye Ghana Standard Authority penifo na hwe ye de ba ya eno eye regulations 2023 LI 2480 na penyina wono etesa ehihye no so no eye Ghana Standard Authority penyini kwanchefo owura na Professor Alex Dodo enti eye den ena ye to cement bomu a enei empenifo enim a omode aba wasebre adi ni sie akunwa so na ye match bosum ne de to so enwotwe no oka ye editudwa chem so behwe amebo no agina wone mo aye nhyiemu ti ade na afedie nei moadane no enu nti no cement bo a mode aba no amatomu no wasemunyi firi so animanimu ye na yeko yenimu a penyini kwanchefa wono na National Road Safety Authority wada no engineer David Osafo Adonten edi atudwa so mu ni DVLA ekuo no eka bom edi acheche ama Ghana ahyenkafo se ebeboa na ekwanso kusekosemra ni ahyensode awodo no omahu edi so na amakwanhia no abre ase
National Road Safety Authority adabu kusunkubi yedi ya eche ekwanso ahyensode ebeboa adrabafo wonu etwa kwam wona etekwan ho to ade ama akwanhia bebreba ya esi wo kwanso no abrase wodwumadi ase na Director General Edema National Road Safety Authority Engineer David Osafo Adonten ene UTV kasia etwetwe nkomo na wache de ntia wodi san hyehyeye yi aba
nansen ya yekwa aboro ana ya ebo apro ne adrabafo kohyia bia no yehuzo omunim de no kwa na ekosoro sanse so ukọ abefu ne maye internet ya womna phones no womkutakuta bi road signs ani cheche no dodo na ho ne defa ya womubue esua bi enhuman ekenkan pa na ya womani anye hu nanso sese ya yehu san nwoma ebaide ye betumi ani wom aye enhyehyɛ soronko ye behyiehia saa nwoma ya no wom ankan po a etese yan no ebetumi akan no yetumi ekinkan mu ne de kire womade na nsankra de National Road Safety Authority yani DVLA yenhyehyɛ bi ede ba no yesi compulsory training driver bia so ye private or ye commercial afi bia na ese utumi borura school bi mu advance education center bi na ukoji adesua bia enam road safety ho ye behye obi akete na saade a ede ne ye de kire wom owie nso ade ne okosua abra ye hye om na ye ni omo di sankita ho na ye nkyerɛkyerɛ no ne a kire om se book bi aba yen ya ye kɔ kyerɛkyerɛ no ano ye be yiyi niema bi a ehia wom ewom ne ye de aye nkyerɛkyerɛ no de ama wom ba ko ede wom kra se ye nkɔ ka brofo akese bia o da bi kasa no a driver ko wa ye be kyerɛ wade no onim anawote ase no eno ne ye de be kyerɛ wo etim gise book no ebeboa yen ya ye kɔ ye nkyerɛkyerɛ no na san boa driver for no so eyie pa ente betumi ama kwanhia eso ate
openyi a wɔkyerɛ saa enwuma Paulina Ajikum so de afutuo ama Ghana de hye nyina ne titiriw ne ahyenkafo wɔnom a edi ekwan so atentwie sɛ wɔnom so enwuma ne mu yie no nsua na aboa wɔn ama wɔnya haw bia ɛwɔ ekwan so
right no book bia me kyerɛ yɛ sɛ ebɛyɛ book ankrofo de bɛyɛ adesua ɛwɔ classroom ɛwɔ modada sitinem ɛwɔ ɔmo yɛ enwuma ɛfa road safety ɔmo benya nimdeɛ bɛboa ɔmo aboa ɔmo adwuma na yɛn so a yɛn yɛ related to road safety but yɛ road users no so yɛn so abɔ yɛ abrabɔ ho ban wɔ wo mu ne trem aha no na yɛn yɛ but sɛ abrokyire no mu deɛ yɛ de tete ɔmo fiti ɔmo mɔfra sɛ even awofo kra yɛ train ɔmo road safety aha no students no teacher no teenagers no ya omo lende omo ho to some besua bibi but fortunately no say ya started bibi or universities no ye dey just any degree courses but just short courses ye dey highlight for knowledge for road safety because you and say dear enye obi na ebe chiro road safety wa sua oho bible wo lorry fine
Baby etu efom agudie no ayana omanfo no taaka so ko ahafo mantam ni mu a eno enti na Europe amanka muko no penifo edi sika ene emoa ama ekuo beye miensa enhye abanyase se enkroto ahodo wo ahafo a yetu fom agudie na se galamse ase wono yemfa emoa wo
se yebema entity ewo nkru nketwa mines enbedi esi ma benya aho toso enya nimdie enya pe se dwumadi okosubia beni beje ho na benamsa ntetie no so atumi aye kasamafo ama nipa entumi nkasa ewo communities ni nyina we ye dwuma ebeje ne fie miensa ayu eso yasene na titru no se yebehwe se etetie ebeba communities titru no mesiafo na mabu manipa na nya ehuna kwanya na watumi namsa kwan no so enya bambo sonko ama nyakopon bobre
ni agene se yehuni se company no ayem mining tambia ko community no ma ye na ye okronkumam ene biaye a yetu agudie no ye mom ne ko eha mu pa na pempen so aye namu ene hawa ye famo ye communities mu no ene o ma me nya nimdie am ye hu se ampa se ye nso ye wakwanya senke etimi me ye nsem ko akiri
ni monto no so onye bone a ene nsemhwofo mu nyama ru ma me hu se ni monto nye bone ye di nipa bi asi eye ni monto anem se ye ne blacks no omwa yen kase empotema yetimu na se ni monto abedi ensase na baabi ete ese ohwe omu niema omu ye eniema omu die mixe ni gold ni ade nyina baabi ayete no ha ye ni ete sa hono ma ni se ngomutu ade ebesi dan ma na wo ne ade na he onsa se ampa tiasia brofun so besi dan ma wo so won tiasia.
Na Greater Accra Sustainable Sanitation and Livelihood Improvement Project no eyen hyehyaya empenifo ediaba ekasa defa ahonidi ho na no so na so ye hwensuensu ne ahonidi so agina edi trucks ahodo no ama enipa bi asambra ahodo no si yemfanse sewura eno achi no omo edi bags ahodo ni bi ama School of Hygiene say omo so emfanye adwumamoa ma ahonidi enkoso
Empanyimfo chiemu a asuye no eka ho na aban ene wakonsa abachi hu sede beye a Greater Accra mantam ha efia edokro manfo no betimi akrakra ne senti na wonom ede tricycles ye friend abobo ye yi bi ahanu aninum aba ya ebe jeje afidie no ede afiri mantam afiefia hodo a ebola ashen akese no entumi nkoho na baabi obeto efin ya wonom aye eguo eho aye den no saa tricycles yi ebene nam na asesa afei wo mo e de communal containers ye no susu odi besisi mia hodo a se ukita fin a wudru ho a obetumi eja tumu ansa ne abefa e de akokese mu akokra
ye partners aye ne omo ye adwuma no susu eguso ye nsusu ye supervise monitor to ensure se kromu ebeye fali edi amaye nyina ti se na ye pay roads obia e ka se ni roads enye the amount of money that goes into health anka ye siso kakra free yen yankasa se na ye behwe ya sitene mu a anka ebeboa oman Ghana enti ye guso sre se ye nyina ensuo no ye ho se ensuo no to na yakwa akoyi afi na ye kwa akoyi ebola no e de aba begu gata mu no yesre wo mo yesre mo se munjai
hwe sanitation akoye challenge kese pa ama ye ne so bebre and the media for so mumboye na de rubono se obi nama onama na watu atwere onama na watu atwere emboye nyina esanse ensuo no eto a na nyama fie nyina no akabora no wo baabi dia wo ye ne wonim se ekose obi japade ana obi kohwere ne nkwa wenyim nya ne ye ne kabo mu a ye tena se timemfo a o ma ne konkan ye edima ye nyina
ne sanitation na eye enioma bebre na kom ade ba ko ehia pa ene sa equipment ye sense se amanfo prapra mu fie kra no mo boaboa no ne se egukwan no ho ne ansesa sabio ebesan akọ gatem ana se ebesan akọ efie no nti eye na sa enioma ehun hia pa ye sense eno na ka ho ayetumi edesesa eniom ball ekogu bibia ese edugu na so mimom de meka asemba akon we ebeboa na mom ye suban e ball ho ehia sen we no no esanse ye mu bebre sabio nsuo ebeto na se okohwe ball no gu ye friend say got am we enya kwan na besesa nti we ne ye be assure minister ɛne ne team sɛ yɛde bɛyɛ adwuma ɛma mfaso aba so nanso Ghana for de yɛpɛsɛ yɛsrɛ si yɛn nyinaa yɛma ahonini no ehia yɛn ɛsan sɛ assemblies no yɛwɔ pɛ papa sɛ yɛbɛyɛ adwuma no enti na ministry so de saa nneɛma yi abɛboa yɛn na sɛ ɔmo yɛ sɛ nneɛma yɛ adwuma ɛne tememu foɔ no sɛ ɔmo amoa a sɛ bi wenum nyinaa bɛba so ɛnkɔn kesi aga
Ebra omampenya bedi echire MPP amayekonu Frank Krani ekwa Ugonja asase no yabonrua ehira no edetu nanim echire mu se wo ye dehye kronkronkronkron ewo Ugonja asase so nti wota na chi wonko no wonko predibre na wo pe no hira no sede esene fata
January 2025, we are going to have that man of vision, that man of forward looking, that man of ideas, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia as our next president. But I say to you, my guys, I say to you today, and I don't speak as an MPP member, or I don't speak as somebody who supports Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. I say this with all the force I can marshal and all the honesty, that we, the young people of this country, if we want to get somebody who understands the fourth industrial revolution, which is transforming Thailand, transforming Singapore, transforming South Korea, transforming even some African countries, and transforming so many places. If we are looking for somebody who has ideas, who is not a typical politician, who is a worker, who is a man of integrity, and I've said this and I want to repeat it, and I challenge anybody to contradict me. Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia has been in government for almost 8 years. 8 years. Not even an allegation of corruption has even been leveled against him before. I write and knock on doors and pound on pavement.
Future of this country. It is about the future of the youth. It is about your future. The decisions we make and that which we will make on December the 7th will determine the trajectory of the future of this country. It is a decision about whether we are going to go forward or we are going to go backwards. Do you want to go forward? Do you want to go forward? Do you want to go forward? My vision for Ghana is a vision of a transformed economy, where we have jobs for the youth, where we bring down the cost of living, where we change the way we do things. And I want you to know that we will face challenges as we have faced challenges throughout our lives. But don't we take control of the steer of this vehicle. MPs across the region and vote for Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. I thank you all. God bless you. God bless you. And God bless our homeland, Ghana.
Yejina wese so ahome abaye ba bongo di farade sports agudi eba beto so adaro menko bebia ye basisia.